I'd like to start out today by thanking Dr. Grant Stevens for inviting me here to the Aesthetic Innovation Summit to launch my device, the Ultimate Contour by Ideal Curves. Let's see, let's figure out how to advance these slides. Basically, the Ultimate Contour has been an entity that I've worked on for about the past 9 years, and my entire process was to invent a device that would immediately show results on body contouring for destroying fat cells. And during that process, I wanted to have this be a very good product for patients and for clinics. And after being in practice for 35 years, I realized that we need to have a product that patients really have a desire to get their hands on, something that the practitioner can buy at a good price, and that will get an immediate result that will bring you some very good referrals in. So basically, today, after 9 years of study, we have the Ultimate Contour, and the Ultimate Contour is non-invasive. There's absolutely no pain involved with this procedure. In the past, we've had two different categories of treatments, heat and cold. So you have, with the heat, the radio frequency and lasers, and with the cold, you have the cool sculptings and all the other cool devices out there. One of the major problems with these devices is that they cause so much pain and discomfort that they couldn't actually accomplish their goals on many patients. So our treatment has immediate results with no pain, and you'll see here in just a second. So this is Dr. Barry DiBernardo. I'd like to thank him as my top research doctor out of New Jersey, and all the slides that you see and MRI studies were done by him. That's me at the top of the table and him there treating a patient. Dr. DiBernardo did an analysis of my device, basically found that we weren't putting off any heat at all with the treatments. We did an ex vivo abdominoplasty, and you can see here we're treating that. Basically, that's where we decided we had no real heat. And you can see the effect from the left side of the screen here and to the right after a treatment for 10 minutes, how we're destroying those fat cells. This shows a reduction of 1 centimeter immediately after a 15-minute treatment of the fat cells. This was originally one of the slides that he came up with, and you can see the lining of the fat cells are immediately obliterated. And so when we're treating a patient, we can treat one side of the abdomen for 15 minutes, and you get a real mushy sensation to the feel, and it feels completely different from the untreated side. So we did this slide first, and we saw that we were shredding slides. We're not sure if this has ever been done before with any other device. Most devices are claiming to be doing apoptosis, and we're claiming at this point that we're actually shredding and destroying fat cells immediately, again, with no pain and basically no danger. This is a slide that shows a progression over these 5, 10, and 15 minutes, 24% reduction in that layer of fat. So we, a couple of weeks ago, did an additional research, and this basically shows a 100-time magnification at 5, 10, 15, and 20 minutes, or 15 minutes. The first upper left is a slide before the fat was treated, and you can see how that fat is changing and being destroyed immediately. This is another picture here. You can look at the different stages of cellular destruction from the fat cells there. Some are completely destroyed, others are just breaking open. So basically we're taking that top layer, we're treating between 10 millimeters and 20 millimeters deep. So we know that in a 15-minute cycle, we're getting significant change in the abdomen. We can take a measurement with a tape measure. We average over an inch immediately on a patient. You can take before and after photos, which I'll show you here in a second, and see immediate huge changes on photography. Here's just a little bit more of a close-up of that last slide. Here's a gal here. We typically get this 1 inch change. We can get up to 1.5 inches. The longer you treat a patient, the more change you're going to see. If you treat somebody for an hour and 15 minutes, you can get up to 2 to 3 inches off of an abdomen immediately. By the way, there is no danger with the treatment. Get through here. See, Grant's got a water gun down here. I don't want him squirting me with it. So let's see, looks like we missed all my before and after photos on here. So we have some brochures in the back table here. Somehow my before and after photos aren't on there, but they're really incredible. You can see an entire change in a week or two from a very heavy woman down to completely normal in 2 weeks. So anybody would like to get a brochure in the back. This past week we did our third research where we did MRI studies. So as we get deeper and deeper into this, we have more and more questions from doctors. So we did a MRI, treated the patient, and then did a follow-up MRI immediately, and there was an 11% change in the fat measured through an MRI. So as far as we know, this is the #1 body contouring device, and it meets all the requirements and criteria that I was after when I started 9 years ago. So this week we'll be launching the Ultimate Contour device at the ASAPS convention, talking at the Hot Topics and at the Cosmetic Medicine show tomorrow. Then we're in booth 1345, and one of the things that we really like to do is show results. You know, there's been a lot of talk in the industry over the years, and you know, the efficacy of some of the devices is questionable. So we like to have everybody lay on the table, try it for yourself, see your own pictures, see what your own stomach feels like, and you know, there's proof in the pudding. No story about come back in 12 weeks and let's see if it's changed if you've dieted and exercised for 12 weeks. So immediate changes. By the way, this is, I'm pretty much the only employee of this company. This isn't some big, huge corporation. We're available to be acquired at this time. Thanks a lot, Dr. Stevens.